know, we come out here on the highways and hedges week in and week out. Well, not on the highways and hedges. We come out here on the making these epistles, these electronic epistles, day in, day out. You know, prophesying the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great, and the return of our Lord Yahweh Shah. You know, also in saying so, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Ruchakudash, double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. To the hopeful elect, peace and salutations. May the blessing and election be upon your houses. Endure. Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. Excuse me. How about you? I sure it's a fucking red light. But anyway, I just want to go into everybody has probably seen that video of the Marine that got his arm snapped. Right? The Marine that got his arm snapped. And what does that mean? What does that mean to you as an Israelite? What does that mean to oh man, you are awesome. What does that mean to America? You know, the senator, I guess they were saying the senator, you know, was helping try to throw a Marine out of the, they had a council, they had some kind of council going on, and they tried to throw the Marine out of the, you know, the meeting they was having. Anyway, let me turn this around right now. Out of the meeting they was having, and people were appalled. They were like, "Damn, the senator broke the Marine's arm." He's talking about the conflict that's going on between Iran and, you know, and Israel, you know, between the Palestinians and the small hats, so-called. And I just want to weigh in on it. What does it mean for you as a Hebrew Israelite? What does it mean for you know, the rest of the world? Honestly, I got two precepts I was meditating on. I got one of them written up, but I'm gonna pull the first one, the other one first, the one that was into my mind. Let me see. Shall be through. Isaiah 13. And I'm gonna jump down to and that would be a good one. I'm gonna start down at verse 13. It says, "Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger." See, the Lord is coming back with vengeance. Like a lot of these Christians might believe the Lord is coming back to save, and that's all he's coming back to do. He's coming back to rescue, to deliver, you know, all the so-called true believers, right, to into the kingdom of heaven. They only get half of that right. Right? The Lord is coming back with vengeance. Okay? The Lord has a kingdom to take. The earth. All kingdoms. You know, the American Empire, the Russian Empire, the Chinese Empire, so on and so forth. All these kingdoms are going to have to be taken control over because they've been wicked for so damn long. And there's no, you know, they bought into the wine of Babylon. They're drunken. They're made mad with the wine of Babylon. They're beginning to see, because this devil's being exposed, that it's all been a lie. Everything has been a lie. The financial system, the dollar bill, you know, it's all been because of his military power. And now the Lord is weakening his military power. When you get of all the women, when you get the black woman, as they say in the South, black, when you get the black woman in office or in the military, dancing, pop locking, and bullshitting around. No one could take this place serious, especially her allies. Especially her enemies, let alone her allies. And they've seen, the world is beginning to see America is not what it once was anymore. Let me get a precept for that. I'm gonna come back to you. All I want to say. Jeremiah 50. Is it a good time to cross? Yeah. Jeremiah 50 and verse 23, and it states, how is the hammer of the whole earth? Yeah, I appreciate it. You kind of got me with that one. It states, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay? In Obadiah it says, how have the secret things of Esau Edom been sought out? Through the word of Yahweh Shah, first and foremost, this light is casting a beam upon the darkness and the shadow, the secrets of wickedness. Everything is being exposed, and America is no longer that powerful nation as it once used to be. Again, Jeremiah 50:23, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut down? And if you read upward, right, and you read upward toward, where it say? Okay, yeah, it say, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Now, that lets you know we're not talking about ancient Babylon, right? It's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's not talking about Iraq. It's talking about today's Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Why? How? At the beginning it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth? And who's the hammer of the whole earth? Who's been beating the whole earth into submission? Who? Babylon, America, aka the whore that sits on the beach. She has beaten the whole world into submission under her false doctrines, her false sciences, and under the sword, under her media control. And it all comes from the small hats. Mainly, we know that. We know they're in bed with the small hats. Right, and that's why they started doing these wars, sending these missiles over there to Iran. I sat up this morning and I saw at least 3-4 articles of how they bombing the fuck out of Iran. The U.S. is taking claim for it. The U.S. is taking claim for it. So what does it mean to you Israelites, and to the rest of the world? I'm gonna go here. Because y'all believe, I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 13. Y'all believe that these people aren't doing anything wrong, that it's within their right to be as malicious, as evil, and as wicked as they are. You think it's a just cause because you live in America. You're not fucking Americans. You're not. And I want to do a lesson on this so bad, so I'm gonna be quiet about it right now. But I just read an article concerning Michael Jackson, and it's just wild. It's like the same thing they doing to Michael Jackson is the same thing they did to our homeland. But I'm gonna do a lesson on the Lord willing. It's gonna be a short lesson, just like this. We just try to pump out short lessons. Our people have a short mind span, so we ain't gonna make it too hard, too rough, or too tough. To get it, make it as simple as possible. But back to Isaiah 13. What was I at? Yeah. Verse 14 it says, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So everyone that's joined to this system, to this beast system, to the ways of Esau Edom, you're going to be found and thrust through. That's what's going to happen to a lot of you Israelites, because y'all still believe in this proud American spirit shit that is not, it's not really sound, you know. The land of America was stolen by Edomites and renamed by a conqueror named Amerigo Vespucci. Your brothers and sisters, the northern kingdom, Gad and Reuben, were dwelling in the land of America before they were violently attacked and stripped of their resources here in America. And just as America has went around the whole world, you know, the Edomite has went around the whole world, stripping, lying, and setting up treaties that they break to keep, you know, to keep control of everything. They've done the same thing here in America. It's Thursday. They're a little busy, so that's all right. We'll see what's up. But you're gonna be found. You're gonna be thrust through. Though hand join in hand, the wicked will not go unpunished. And if you're counted as, or you're looked at as one of those people that's fighting for the wicked, you're not gonna go unpunished. One more piece here, because what we saw with that soldier is written of in Isaiah 19, and it says, I'm gonna go down to verse 1. It says, "In the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud." The burden of Egypt. Egypt is here in America. This is Egypt part 2. This is the Egypt this is the last Egypt that the Lord is going to take. He's going to save his remnant out of the clutches of our enemies. You know, with a greater salvation than has ever been on the earth since the first salvation. You know, it say, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, that's the chariots, and come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved out of his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over unto the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And that's what has happened. All right. That's what has happened. Now this cruel Lord, this cruel king has taken over, taken control, and is setting Egypt on the course of utter destruction. Where you have Egyptian fighting against Egyptian, which means Babylonian fighting against Babylonian, which means in layman's terms, American or so-called American fighting against American. That's what was seen during that Marine getting his arm broke, getting thrown out of the council, as the Lord said. Where he say in verse 3, say, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Lord gonna give them a cruel Lord, you know, which is gonna continue to drive this place into the ground. Well, with that, I hope this lesson is edifying to hope for elect. Come out of her, my people. You know, detach your way from the ways of the Egyptian, and do what thus says the Lord, and not your enemies. With that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kadash. Shalom.